Hello and welcome to this week at LAWTON'S. In what's been an incredibly tough week for everyone associated with Oldham Athletic, we were deeply saddened to report that our football secretary, club legend, colleague and friend Gordon Lawton had passed away earlier this week. Hundreds of tributes from around the footballing world were paid and still are to this day. Here are a select few that we'd like to share with you.
I think when I first signed for the club, along with Ronnie Moore, Gordon was one of the first faces that I seen. He was the one who was doing the interviewing of the new players, and straight away he's got a lovely presence about him. He's dead easy to talk to. He's always got a smile on his face, and from then on I always got on with him, even till the last game of the season. This season, when I was doing the commentary for Radio Manchester, he's the first person you see when you walk in the door. Always got a smile on his face, always shakes your hand, and he was showing me to the press box. And from the day, I think it was 2005, 2006, to the last home game of the season this year, but he was still the same.
He was a fantastic guy. He was Mr. Oldham, when I went there as a player and later became manager. He was really, really helpful for me as well. He was a fantastic guy. Listen, we used to have conversations after the game. I didn't necessarily agree about his rundown of the games at times and players we should sign and shouldn't sign. Listen, he was fantastic. He'll be sadly missed, not only by his family but from everybody associated with Oldham football clubs.
Just a good person, sort of laugh, like someone that you knew you could phone up whenever you wanted, have a chin wag, and they're few and far between in football. I know it's lower league football and there's, Premier League, you can't get anywhere near anyone really who works at a Premier League club, but Gordy was just always there and always quite positive, and always, he's very dry sense of humour, very intelligent, very witty, and he's seen pretty much everything at this club, over 30 years. I just miss having a laugh with him.
Gordon was always here, always on time, always did what we needed to do. The programme was one of the best in the country. He loved coming in here. He loved getting involved on Saturdays before a game. He'd sit on the bench before and I think just take it all in. That's probably my memory of Gordon. It reminds me a little bit of the image I've got of Tim Robbins in the Shawshank Redemption when he sat on the roof just looking at it and taking the scene in. And I always felt that with Gordon, he'd sit there before a game and survey what really was his club, far more so than my club. He'd been here a long time and it was a part of his DNA, and he's going to be irreplaceable.